Greetings and salutation, fellow crafters, and welcome to another episode of the survival series from PapaPC. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of cruising around, a little bit of checking out where things are at, and seeing where we want to go from here. First off, you can see I started doing a little bit of cleanup around the village. There was some big hills here, and I tore those down. I'm actually going to do a complete terraform of this village. Not sure if we're going to do it in between this episodes or maybe in the next episode or two. But we're gonna change the way this is. I just don't like all the different levels. There's some down in here, some up on hills. I don't want to say flatten it all the way, but we're definitely going to clean it up a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of here or there just to kind of make it a little bit nicer. And then I want to show you guys. I've been doing a ton of digging down in the new Nether. And as such, I have gotten myself 16 netherite scraps. That is going to be super handy. That'll make me 4 netherite ingots. And I'll show you guys the mines in a little bit. Which will let me upgrade 4 of my armor pieces, because next week my intent is to do a recording of us going, or me going after the dragon. I gotta get my wings. I'm desperate for some elytras at this point. One of the other things I've done a bunch in between episodes was really around the trading hall. I talked to you guys before. You can see I've gotten a handful of villagers in here now, and if you listen carefully, you'll hear the zombie crawling around behind there. He's the one I used to convert the villagers, because you can see like my villager for my farmer here. I've got him down from 20 all the way down to 3, and this is where I've been stocking up all my carrots as well. I've got it down to 1 emerald for 3 golden carrots. And really, I think most people are pretty familiar with how this works. The idea is basically you get your villagers, get them bitten by a zombie, and I've got a zombie running around back in here. Once he's bitten and he converts, we throw a splash potion of weakness on him, and then you'll see like my current villager. Here he's at 20 book, or 20 for that. What I want to do is get him down so I can get my mending even lower. You can't always get the zombie. There you go. Really? 1 hit? That's all you're gonna do, buddy? Come on. Hit him. Eat him. You want to eat him. You know you want to eat him. There he goes. So, now we have all 3 of these guys. What I do is take my splash potion of weakness. Usually aim it at the middle guy. Boom. It should get all 3. Then I take my golden apple. Boom, boom, boom. And it's super duper loud in my ear. And I'll come back and check on them in a little bit. And they should be converted. For those of you who were paying attention there, you might have seen some new, we'll call it a monstrosity for now, sitting up and sticking out. This is a very, very, very simple version of an iron farm that I'll put a link in the show notes on how to do it. But basically, it was about the simplest one I could find based upon the resources that I had. There's a platform up there. Iron golems generate. They get pushed into the lava in the corner, and then it drops them into a chest. Really not a whole lot to it. Gives me a nice aerial view of my village too. You can see, really, I want to transform a lot of this area. I've been pushing back the jungle over here, or not the jungle, the woods. I'm actually going to try to kind of bring all this together into a more cohesive village and village style. I got golems running around everywhere, which may be affecting my generation rates up here, so I may have to push them back a ways. But basically, 3 villagers. Every time they lay down in the bed, they see the zombie. This was not fun to get up here. A lot of pillaring up, or a lot of stairs up with dirt blocks, but eventually it was more frustration than anything, so I didn't really want to show it. But we've gotten 3 stacks of iron at this point. 3 exact stacks, cool. But that's taken now, it's been a few hours online. Just kind of working on different parts of the area, the different parts of the village. I like the scaffolding, came in handy, and nothing else seems to climb it, so that's even better. The last thing before we start to do some time lapse here is this is where I'm the palette, I guess, or the look I'm looking at kind of for the new house. A lot of blackstone because, well, I like the new blackstone. It's kind of cool. And the quartz, just gives it such a, dramatic black and white version. A lot of cracked stone brick or stone brick, polished stone brick, excuse me. And then some chiseled in there as well. The little, pigland heads, kind of are funky. And I decided to start using some of the wall sections too, playing with a couple different looks. Over here, I think you can kind of see a little bit better. I'll put in some windows or some doors and stuff, maybe some bars, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to follow it all the way around, kind of go all the way back around in here. And this will be eventually the house. And then I'm probably going to do something more with this area over here. I think I mentioned before I might build this into the big storage area. Again, I'm going to have to really kind of push back a little bit of this village, or a little bit of the woods, I should say here, just because I want to be able to have some space to build. And I didn't want to keep encroaching upon the village. So what I'm going to do is let's go check on our villagers to see if they've converted yet. And while we're doing that, and then after that, I'm going to probably do the little cutaway and maybe see about building up some more of that house. And then after that, we are going to maybe go and cruise, and I'll show you guys where we left off in the Nether, and do a little bit more, maybe mining, a little bit more digging, and see where we are at. Still not converted. Oh, we got one converted. Let's see where he's at. He went down from 20 to 1. I'll take it. I don't think I could have asked for better than that. One emerald and one book for a mending book. The other books weren't that great. 14 for a name tag, still a little high. Who knows? Maybe I'll convert him once or twice more and see what else we get. And this one, he was. Oh, that's right. He changed too. I'm not sure if I want the fortune lock him in or not. Fortune 2 is pretty nice. I do have Fortune 3 on my pickaxe now. And this guy, getting him down. I want to level him up and see what other kind of weapons he has, but I figured I'd get him way down first. Like I said, I'll probably just spend a ton of emeralds here and just start going with the iron axes and then melting them back down and get some nuggets out of it. But really, it's just rinse and repeat over and over. The splash potion of weakness isn't so bad. I've got the brewing stand here, conveniently. I got this one. I've been using him to get some shears for the farm out there. I haven't worked him down too much yet. I'm gonna try to get him, leveled up a little bit more. I want to get him past this first one so I can just trade him straight fish, since I've got quite a few of them from back before they nerfed the AFK fish farm. So what I'm going to do is go over here, get a little sleep, and then I'm going to kick off and start doing a little bit with building up that the house. We've got another rack galore. I've got so much of it, I've been throwing it away. I still got a fair amount of blackstone stockpiled, tons of quartz, everything from all my nether runs. It's been productive, to say the least, especially for the quartz perspective. The gold, it'll come in handy as I'm converting the netherite, but everything else will be there. So I will catch you guys in a little bit. All right, and welcome back. Did a quick little time lapse here, a quick little cutaway, I should say, and we're gonna check out what I've done now with the house. It's been, I think, 3 days or 2 days in real life since I actually started doing this, just because of commitments and other things going on. But well, before we why don't we just go ahead and get in? So I took a little bit of the inspiration from what I had put up there earlier. We did the blackstone all the way around. You'll see I did the... I'm going to clean up the entryways and stuff like that a little bit. Put the quartz all the way around. The villagers in the trading hall over here actually came in really handy for the quartz, since I did not have nearly enough. Let's take a look at the inside. It is not yet finished. I still have to do quite a bit of work. I just did a smooth stone for the floor. The two major archways, I kind of did a little bit of linking with them between stairs and slabs. I gotta figure out what I want to do with that little hole right there and right there. But on both sides. You'll see I started using shroom lights for the light sources in here. And actually, my plan is, I've been working on harvesting more of them. I'm going to put shroom lights all the way around it. I think that'll be really nice. It'll give it a really cool look. I may or may not mix in glowstone in between the two. I haven't made up my mind yet. And then the two major archways here, the entryways, are just these are the walls sections. They kind of link up nice now. And these are all actually just full blocks. Bars for windows for now. I may replace them with glass. We'll see. I haven't really made up my mind yet. The big thing I also decided was, in trying to gather up all the black stone that I needed for this, as well as all the quartz, and of course the netherite, I did find a plethora of this stuff. I have got multiple double chests just full of netherite, or excuse me, netherrack. And one of the ideas I was toying with was, we talked about doing a village terraforming, and I decided maybe I would do a pseudo nether terraform. Again, I got so much of it, but one of the big things I wanted to show you was this. I started filling it all in down here with netherrack and nylium, and started growing some nether trees. I needed them for the shroom lights anyway, but I thought this kind of would look kind of nice. And then I actually did a model of a house with some nether brick stairs, basalt, and then some of the the warp stem planks into stairs for the roof. I might replace the door yet. It's still just a standard wood door, so we'll see. But that was kind of the idea. So what I might do, when we're between episodes, is actually keep terraforming all of this, and see what I can do, and maybe turn it into a pseudo nether village. I got a double chest there. I got a double chest there, just full of stuff, and obviously lots of the stems as well. But I'm gonna be going through and maybe converting a lot of these houses either to crimson or warped stem houses. The house from over here looks pretty good, I thought. We'll do a little bit more, and we're going to bring this terraforming all the way across and all the way around this whole area. But what I wanted to do was also show you guys where I got all this from. It's been a long, tumultuous journey trying to get the netherrack, or excuse me, the netherite that I need. This is where my portal initially came in. I think we showed you guys that before. It's a little bit of a trek around to get to... I wanted to get to someplace where I could mine, but I need to be able to mine down at 13, 16 for the Java edition. I did steal a bunch of basalt from here. So what I had to do was get to a place where there was more of the other biomes. I don't know why I've got so many Endermen up here, and I'm guessing it's because there's a little bit of basalt, but who knows. So what we're going to do is I will show you where my mine is, or was, or still is, I guess. I started harvesting a lot of this nylium as well, because, well, nylium is going to be really key for me for the terraforming project that I have. So you see, I did find the biome here. Yeah, I see you, Mr. Enderman. I ended up coming out at the top of the trees, so what I did was, when I hit the ground, I just started digging down, because again, I needed to get down to Y16, and I came out on a little platform here. Again, I'll probably just harvest a lot of this for that, but I needed to get down even further. So we just kept digging and digging and digging. For the most part, I purposely left it almost all of it too high, because that way I don't have to worry about Endermen down here accidentally looking at them or spawning. Originally I came in, you'll see this is at to Y16 right here, and then I also did a bunch of exploring down a little bit further just to dig down, but for the most part everything I did was at Y16. Yeah, this side is actually the lighter of the two sides. I just started digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. It goes on for quite a ways. I purposely was leaving the gold. I'll come back for that later. Wherever I could, I was grabbing a bunch of blackstone. And for the most part, all I did was use my pickaxe. With the efficiency and unbreaking and everything on it, I was getting quite a bit before I'd have to go and repair them at the zombie spawner. And this side you can see it goes on and on and on. I've dug out just an absolute ton of the nether, looking for netherite. I did some experiments with beds. I did some experiments with that, and it worked. But I found it was just a lot of hassle, and in the end, I actually found something kind of satisfying about just doing this. That's all I was doing. Was just over and over grinding away at the netherrack. It really, you can see you can get quite a bit of it pretty fast. And then every once in a while you hit another right. I think I'm up to 19 scraps now. Something like that. Still not enough to where I want to be. Oh, there's one there. And see, that's really all I was doing. And then blackstone, obviously, wherever I saw it, I was grabbing that as well. And really, I was kind of switching between the two pickaxes. Just it really doesn't seem to make much difference. In this stuff, I don't really need the silk touch. But where I came in handy was when I found any quartz. I would actually keep it as the original quartz blocks, and that way it took up less inventory space while I was hauling it away. But that is really it, and that was the whole purpose of looking for those, was for the ancient debris. The netherrack, great and all. I'll take it back up because I'll use it for the terraforming, but I had so much of it, I was actually throwing it out for a while until I decided to do the terraforming project. I've gone on and on and on down some of these corridors. You can see quite a ways, just looking for netherite. It works. Like I said, it's probably not the most efficient. The explosives method is probably going to produce more quickly, because right here you see I'm only taking down 2 blocks. So unless it's from up and down plus or minus 1 from here, it's not going to really matter. And you can see, like here, there's lava dripping. I had to be very careful of that. There's many times I got really close to burning up in the lava. But really, you can see I just put a few key pointers and indicators because I was running around the nether so much I didn't want to get lost. Not that I couldn't find my way with my debug keys with the F3 and looking for the locations, but double torch. Back to here. So really that's the mine. That's where I went with that. I think it's, I'm going to have to keep, in between episodes, just keep mining away, looking for more netherite, because I need to get all my gear get up and set up. I'd like to do that before next week's episode. I'm going to be taking on the dragon. I've got most of the stuff all stocked up and ready to go in my ender chest, but I would like to, kind of gear up with a little bit more better gear, the netherite ideally. And that should at least give us a little bit of advantage. I've got, I think, just about everything I need. I got some potions of slow falling. I got the feather falling 4. That's absolute key and critical for us for the dragon. Other than that, my plan is just to use some scaffolding if I need to pillar up at all, depending upon whether or not I can get to the ones that have the iron cages around them. But really, that shouldn't be too bad of a deal. It's been a while since I've taken on the dragon, but it's usually not too bad of an ordeal as long as you can do it fairly quickly, and as long as you can get to those pillars and get to those crystals at the top. So I'm going to, I like to block this off when I leave, just so that the piglins don't come walking in. I have the fence around the outside, so it's not that big of a deal, but they will get caught in there. Let's get back to my house and sleep quick. I did pull some iron out from the iron farm, but just enough to make a few things over here. So for my thoughts for around what we're going to be doing, this next time, I'm going to keep harvesting trees. I'm going to get some more shroom lights. I've got a bunch sitting in a chest over here. We'll go grab those and maybe bring them in. I'm going to keep looking at terraforming. I'm going to start maybe try to convert more of these houses. Maybe do a few in the crimson as opposed to the twisted, just to kind of see what it looks like. The villagers randomly put the extra seeds now in there, and I'll get the bone meal as long as I can just happen to see it. I swing by and grab it. Let me just throw this extra netherrack in here, or not. I guess I'm full. And I will throw this one. I usually grab a couple pieces of bamboo if I'm going to just do a single ancient debris, because otherwise it's just a waste of a big piece of coal. So grab that out. Let me see. I think is it two going to be enough? Nope. I'm going to need 3 or 4. Oh well. Wasted a couple. It wasn't the end of the world. There we go. But either way, that'll cook that one up. And I think I'm up to 19 now. Yep. So that'll make me at 20. So that'll give me 5 pieces. And what I'll probably end up doing is these 3, I'll probably bump up to netherite. And then I will probably bump up my sword to netherite as well for the dragon raid. I may then I'll go ahead and get one of my pickaxes, but for the dragon, I may actually put back on my helmet as well. That one, so that might be the 4 plus the sword for the 5. Just because I think that it's going to be more critical. I won't need the gold for going after the dragon for the golden helmet, but it will be a little bit more extra protection for myself. So with that, I'm going to make today's not too long of an episode for you guys, and then what we're going to do is plan on next time. I will do a recording with us going after the dragon. I think we've got just about everything prepped. I do have to grab a few more blaze rods, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more running around in the nether so I can make a few more Eyes of Ender, because right now I think I've only got not quite enough. I got 14, and odds are I could need more than that by the time we get there. So we'll see. But otherwise, I've got some blocks, I got some potions, I got a spare iron sword, I got some eyes, some food, the basics that I usually carry in my inner chest. But I'm going to prep this up and get this going and ready to rock and roll. And we will do that in the next episode. And then I'm going to continue on in between episodes as well, the terraforming, and see. I may actually tear all these out yet and bring the level up to maybe this level, maybe even one higher. I don't like how it's still such a pit down in there, but ideally I'd like to bring it all up to this level, but I don't think that's realistic. But at the same time, a lot of this is down just a couple from here, so maybe I'll bring this down a couple and all of that up a couple, and we will go with it from there. Ooh. Get away from those chickens. Really loud. So, yeah, I got iron columns everywhere. I'm going to have to clean these up, I have a feeling. I'm not sure how I ended up with so many. It's not from this. They're still spawning up there, but the village is still just breeding away. There must be some beds that they can't get to that are causing them to keep breeding. I don't know where they are. I think they can get to all the beds now, so they shouldn't keep breeding like this, but they are, so oh well. I'm not going to argue. It's not going to hurt me any, other than maybe a little lag. So with that, I am going to keep working on this stuff, and I would like to remind you guys all, like and subscribe if you can. You can also follow me on Twitter and Discord. The links are all on my YouTube page, and of course, if you get a chance, pass the word around. And if you really, really are energetic about it, I would love if you guys jump out on Patreon. Again, that's what helps me keep going with this stuff, to be able to do this. Ideally, I'd like to do this as a permanent full-time job. And like I said, right now it's, I still have to mix it in with the day job. So for right now, though, I'm going to sign off and say thank you very much and have a great day.